think I'm live. Um, I've been futzing around. Wait a second. I couldn't figure out how to see. Wait, I guess my hair goes this way. I couldn't figure out how to see myself and before I recorded. So I didn't know if the lights were right. And wait, and I'm not, oh my goodness. Um, I don't quite get it right all the time. You'd think that I'd practice, wouldn't you? So maybe this way, this way. Eh, I think this is it. Okay. Um, wait a second. I got, oh, chat. Let's see. Top chat. Uh, live chat. Are you guys here? Am I live? Now live on your channel, a live question and answer with Sandra Sallin. Okay, so welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. I'll do that. Okay, and here I'm sitting in this chair and I'm live and I don't know if anybody's there and I'm not sure. Somebody's sending a heart, so somebody's there, but I don't see your face. Channel activity, go to channel. I hope you guys don't mind that I don't know what I'm doing. Add as a moderator, chat, top chat. I'll get this done. There they are. Okay. Hi, Jill. There. And then there's hello, it's Fums. I'm not pronouncing it right. Phumz. So we are live. So I'm thrilled. The background isn't great. Maybe I'm blown out too much. My blouse is a different color, but we just put the lights on so that I could see myself. No, so that I'd be lit. But it looks kind of faded, doesn't it? Those are the breaks. You know, I'm 84, and if I don't get it all right, those are just the breaks. You know, what's a person to do? Anyway, I'm thrilled that you're all here. Well, maybe not everybody, but I'm thrilled that some of you are here. And I do have my questions, and I've got them written down. This is really funny. So I didn't want to waste paper. So I took, well, anyway, so instead of having a proper, wait a second, instead of having a proper notebook, I tore some pieces of paper and put all the questions down here. Listen, it took me a while to figure out where your questions were. You think this is easy? It wasn't. And I bet I'm missing some questions. Well, I haven't done this before. And you know, they say ask questions, but where do you find the questions? So you can see that it's still new, but I'm going to do more question and answers. And so by then, maybe I'll know. You would think by now I'd know how glasses. That's one of the questions. Hi, Carla. Everybody always asks me about these glasses, and the glasses are from Warby Parker. In fact, all of these kinds of glasses are Warby Parker. The other ones, isn't this terrible? I can't remember. What is it? I'll remember where these other glasses are from, but all of my really nice ones are from Warby Parker. And in Los Angeles, there are a number of Warby Parker stores. But you can also and the style is Sonia, and you can go online, order them, and I think they'll send you 5. And then then you can try them on and return them. But do check out Warby Parker. And these aren't bad. I can't remember the price, but I remember thinking the prices have gone up, but so is the prices of eggs. So, you know, that's the way it is. Sunny Yorkshire. I love all of your glasses. Thank you. Would you guys help me? If I look like this, I think that I'm looking down. Is that right? But if I look up there, am I then looking up at you? Could somebody say yes or no? I'd appreciate that. New Zealand. Yes, meaning that I look up there. Okay, because I don't want to look down here. I want to look up there. Up is looking at us. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't mind when you look down. Thank you. Hi from Reading. Well, that's very close by. Um, all right. So some of the questions. One of them was, and I love this one, and I think you'll appreciate it. And this is from the mothership. I didn't take everybody's name down, but the mothership, her name is Helen Police, and she's got a newsletter, a blog, and she teaches editing. And she's very into TikTok and Instagram. And she's a lovely woman, and she knows a great deal, and she teaches um, social media and editing, and a very talented woman. Okay, so she asked, what do you love most about social media? So I thought this was perfect for all of you. I have made wonderful friends. I'm going to be going out to lunch with a woman, Brenda Coffey. She's here talking about her new book, and I don't remember the name of it, but of course I'll feature it. But Brenda and I are going to be going out to lunch together. A couple of weeks before that, Peg Fitzpatrick, who also wrote a book, The Art of Social Media for Beginners, for Small Businesses. She was here for a few days. I saw her and her husband. Let's see. Um, Matilda on video was here from Australia. I always see her. Laura Capon and I can't remember the gang, but they were here from Great Britain. Always see them. Up north, the vintagecontessa.blog. She's one of my best buddies. Wait a second. Cindy Hattersley has a great blog. We're buddies. So I've made great friends. Oh, and I've just started meeting YouTube stars like Beauty by Des, Tamara's Timeless Beauty, um, Cindy Skin Over 50. I'm getting this wrong. Candace, Life in Your 70s. So all of these people, all of these women have become buddies of mine. And even before COVID, Linda Wolf of, what was it? But anyway, I go to lunch with them. I see them when they come into town. They let me know and we hang out. It's been wonderful. And I feel that I can call them, talk to them. Hello from Ohio. So I would say Scotland. I wish I could give you Edinburgh. Um, so I've loved making friends. And, even before, it wasn't before the internet, but before social media, there were a gang of us. Well, maybe we're not a gang, but there were 7 of us who used to talk to one another. And I don't remember it wasn't Instagram. It was some form, but we became dear, dear friends. So that's what I love the most about social media. The other thing I like is that it gets me involved. I like learning new things. And of course, I'm now trying to learn how to do lives. Um, let's see, Florida. Hi, Des. So Beauty by Des is a British YouTuber, and she's going to be having a live this Wednesday, and it's 8 o'clock Great Britain time, and I'm not quite sure what it is in. Let me know, Des. What time will it be in Los Angeles? Um, uh, back they are having Mother's Day in Great Britain. Ours doesn't come till a little bit later, right? Okay, so and I love her YouTube channel because she taught, first of all, she speaks British. I know that that's, like duh, but I love listening to her and I love her and she's real and she's down to earth. So Beauty by Des, just to let you know. So if you let me know what time you're going to be, it's 7-ish p.m. now in the UK. So if it's 7 in the UK and it's 11 a.m. here, that means something. So probably if she's going on at 8, then it'll be 12 here. There's somebody from Portland. So my son lives in Portland, and that's Patty Smith. Hi, Patty. I just visited Portland. Well, I didn't just, but I was in Portland to visit my son and his husband. Okay, another question. Where do you buy? Well, I told you, where do you buy my frames and eyeglasses? So this is Sonia, and it's by Warby Parker. Affordable jewelry, you guys, you must be new because I've been talking about I buy a gazillion pieces of jewelry, and it's by Sobral, Sobral, and it's on, and I buy them on eBay, and I've got quite a collection. This one isn't. This is by Caputi, Angela Caputi, and this is it's still affordable. You know that? eBay, or one of the other, where you can buy things. Um, is your ongoing curiosity and interest in topics can be all sorts. That is why I love your channel. Thank you. It is true. I am very, very curious. And when something comes up, then I have to dig, dig, dig and find out more about it. Okay, jewelry by Sopral, very affordable. And, unless you buy tons and tons, I've got so much, it has to be quite unusual for me to buy more. Um, Skincare. So I'm not going to go into the whole skincare routine, but I've got to tell you, you've all heard of Augustus Bader. He's very, very expensive. The skincare is supposed to be fabulous. Oh, you know those missing books? We were cleaning up the studio and we were moving things around, and we just haven't had a chance to put the books that we moved from one place to another. But we'll dress it up. What was I talking about? Uh, Affordable jewelry, skincare. So I'm going to do a blog. No, I'm going to do a video about it. I got very annoyed. I bought this Augustus Bader cream and I bought it on sale. It regularly is $180. I figured I was treating myself. I bought it on sale at Sephora. I put it on once and it felt like I was putting on dry skin cream, meaning I didn't feel anything. It felt terrible and I got angry. So I returned it the next day. I was really annoyed because I've been waiting for the sale to buy the Augustus Bader. I hated it. You know what I've been using? L'Oreal Revital something. It doesn't have skincare in it. It's just their moisturizer. It's fabulous. I put it on and it feels so moisturizing. I mean, I put on a lot of other stuff, but right now I'm loving the Revital something by L'Oreal. It's got a purple top or a purple jar. And then I was just reading about Vanacream and people are raving about that. And again, it's very inexpensive. So other people love Augustus Bader. I didn't. Okay, a question. Um, Perfect day doing perfect things. Well, so it seems, I guess it was my grandchildren's Easter vacation, some kind of vacation. So first, my youngest my youngest grandson. I don't have that many grandchildren. I've got three. So Theo came down, and we had a great day going to colleges. We only went to two. I couldn't go anymore. Do you know, I went to one, Occidental, which is in maybe Eagle Rock, and it's a beautiful campus, and it's a very small liberal arts school. And I discovered that I'd walked 9,999 steps. Just that's 5 miles at one school. I was exhausted. And then we went to USC, and I decided, I that was it. I couldn't do anymore. So they went and toured, and I went and sat in a very comfy chair, listening to a man snore. But this past week, my grandson Peter was in town, and he goes to UC Berkeley, no, UC Santa Barbara. So my daughter drove me up to Santa Barbara. We stopped at this fabulous store called Ford and Field, maybe. And it looked very much like what's her name? Nancy Meyers film. Beautiful objects, just beautiful. And we got a cheddar scone and some cookies. and I got some chai tea, which was lovely. I'd never seen that store before. Then we went, I look forward to seeing you and almost forgot. Geez. Good, Judy. Hi, just popped on. Oh dear. No captions. What happened? I put captions on. I did. I told them to. Does your daughter look like you? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure. I am sorry, Ronnie, because I said put on captions. Maybe I did it wrong, but I was very aware of it and wanted to have captions on and thought I'd turn them on. What was the other thing? Wait. Oh, so we drove up, then we got to so after we went to the store in Summerland, we then drove up to Santa Barbara, where if any of you are from California, they're still working on the highways there. They've been working on those highways for as long as I can remember. It's got to be 50 years. They still don't have the highway. It's still down to one lane. It's crazy. So we go to Santa Barbara. I get to see my grandson's apartment that he's sharing with 3 other guys. It's not bad. And you can see they've got knives, they know how, and an Instant Pot, and they know how to cook. And they've got, what have they got? They've got cookbooks. I got a kick out of that. And everybody has their own blankie to watch TV. And then we went a half a block away. We walked down to the ocean and we walked along the ocean. Then we came up and we walked along the lagoon and we went to dinner at El Encanto, which is in Santa Barbara, overlooking the whole of Santa Barbara. It's like being on the Amalfi Coast. I've never been on the Amalfi Coast, but I'm sure it's like the Amalfi Coast. It was beautiful. And no, the sun wasn't out that day. It was kind of gray, but the sun came out just a little bit at, what time did we go to dinner? Around 6 o'clock, I think. Just this beautiful setting overlooking all of Santa Barbara, and then came home. It was just a lovely, lovely day. And then yesterday, but I'll tell that. I went clothes shopping, really funky clothes shopping. Thank you, Tanya. That was your question. It was a good one. Um, uh, Yesterday, I went shopping for clothes. You're not going to believe. I'm going to do a fashion show because you're not going to believe what I bought. Needless to say, this was in downtown LA. I was the oldest person, I'm sure, within miles, and everybody else was young. But I bought some hot stuff that none of you are going to wear, but I loved it. So everybody called me grandma there. Okay, let's look at some. So those are great days when I'm with my family doing regular stuff, going to the Broad Museum with my granddaughter, and then going to the Grand Central Market and having strawberry donuts. You've never seen strawberry donuts like these. They take a bun donut that's glazed, they cut it in half, then they take a bunch of strawberries, they smash it in, then they put a glaze over it, and that's a strawberry donut. It was superb. And in a few months, they're going to have peach donuts. So I'll go down there for peach donuts. Delicious. Which reminds me, somebody asked me if I lost weight. Yes, I did. And there are a couple of videos about how I did it. One is called I've lost 13 pounds, and the other one is called, I don't remember the name of it, but it's something like 20 pounds, how I lost 20 pounds. And so it tells you that. I think I'll do a video on how I eat and how I keep the weight off. Okay, but I have done that. Can't wait to see what you bought. I will model them for you because I can't describe it. You have to see it, okay? Can we see your art? My art is at sandrasallin.com. So that's my name, sandrasallin.com. You will see all of my art. And if you click on things, you can see my bio. You can see what books I'm in, what magazine. I've been on a number of covers of magazines. So go click around and you'll see my art, sandrasallin.com. And the other thing is, I've made a couple of videos about my art. But you know what? You guys, not a lot of you watched it. So I stopped because, you know, I don't know why you didn't watch it. Well, maybe not that many people are interested in art. Okay, I've lived in Santa Barbara for 30 years next to Escorial. Here is my, oh, you do, it's Field and Fort bag. Best ever. Now, Portland, I adore your channel. You are so natural, bright, and funny. Thank you very much, Patty. Oh, see, I get the name of Ford, Field and Ford. It's a very cool place, right, Patty? Very cool. When when will your recommendations for, okay, you want some recommendations. First of all, this is Kay. The book that I recommended for my book club, which we had a long discussion about, is Remains of the Day, and that's by, I want to pronounce, Kan Kazuo Ishiguro, but it's Remains of the Day. If you don't want to read the book, which is wonderful writing, um, then you can watch the movie. And I looked it up last night, and it's about $3.59 to rent. It's worth every penny. Do you realize that the renting the movie is less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks? So Remains of the Day is a wonderful movie, wonderful book. It takes place between, it's before World War II. It takes place in a superb, it's actually Castle Howard um, stately home, and it's Lord Darlington, and this is his butler, and you'll see the life of living in a stately home and how the butler felt like he had to believe in everything that his butler, that his the lord of the manor believed in, Lord Darlington. Beautifully written. It's not long. The movie is with Anthony Hopkins and Emma. Emma, you know who it is. Um, I love that movie. Isn't it a wonderful movie? You could watch it again. Emma Thompson, thank you, Blanche. I appreciate that. Um, Remains of the Day movie is excellent. It got best. Okay, the other thing, every one of you must watch Adolescence. It's on Netflix. It's a 4-part series. Um, it is brilliant. It is better than any movie that is out today. Everybody is talking about it because it will touch your soul. It's about, I don't want to tell you, but there's a young boy in it that just takes your heart. It's a powerful drama that everyone should watch just because of the um I was going to I was going to talk about something to talk about, but okay, so when I was talking about movies, I think that most of the movies out this year were nothing. There was a fabulous movie called September 5th. It got no awards. It was about, but if you can find it, watch September 5th. It's all about the murder of the Israeli Olympians, but it takes place in the recording room of Channel 7, and you see the decisions that are made, and you see how 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 television shows are directed and what they put into it. So September 5th is an excellent movie. The rest of them, come on, guys. So that's why I think a lot of today's books are not engaging. That's the word. Am I the only one that thinks that way? I will have to watch that. Did you watch on Max? No, I watched, which one? Remains of the Day. Just do a search for Remains of the Day, and it will appear in a number of places. I saw excerpts from the Oscar nomination and was horrified. Then again, I haven't been in a theater since 2011. You're not missing anything. Has anyone seen The Last Showgirl? No. No. It must be online because it seems like it's old. You're going to laugh. So I forgot to bring water out here. So you see this? Wait a second. This is an orange marmalade jar. I can't remember who but it's an orange marmalade jar that I cleaned, and, it's about haven't been to the cinema in ages. Um, so I put water in this. Is this hysterical? It is clean. I was thinking of putting my brushes in here. Anyway, what yes. So I've been complaining about most of the contemporary novels. I think they're trash. Oh, okay, I take that back. I'm not moved by them. I like stories that are stories. And I think that the movies today are not stories. They're very few really good stories. And I miss that. Um, I find this adolescence is one of the best things that's been out there in a long, long time. Trust me, you got to watch that one. And you're going to find every place you go, people are talking about it. So you must watch it. Okay. What's something super cool that you've seen change since you were a kid? I was thinking about this, and I think you're going to think it's makeup, clothes. You're going to think it's something kind of superficial, or Instapot or something like that. No, you know what it is? I had a cousin what a dear cousin who was and nobody knew what dyslexia was in those days. So to school, if I'm 84, 70 years ago, would that be right? When how old, how many years, somebody do the math. Folks have been drinking out of fruit jars since forever. You're right. Adolescence, very much talked about here too. It's a British series. And did you know, Des, that the series, I'm sure you do know, the writer was also the father. So when you watch it, that one of the creative writers was the father. I love British films, Des, and I love British shows. Such intelligence. Um, just to let you know that everybody here is great acting. Oh my God. Have you read Eleanor? Of course. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. Brilliant. Yes, Stephen Graham. Thank you. He's in everything. That's Beauty by Des talking. Her name is Des. Um, I don't know what your real name is. He's in everything. You're right. His name is Stephen Graham. Brilliant writer. The shooting, the directing, it's all in one take. Oh, my husband, who's a director, we all say, how did they do it? Um, oh, I did too, Sandra. I loved Upstairs, Downstairs, but okay, but only 3 or 4 seasons. All right, I'm going back to what um, what I've been excited to see change. One of them is that as I tell you, my cousin had dyslexia, and my uncle would not let his son play with him because he thought he was dumb because he couldn't read. And I loved him. He was a great kid. He was a sweet, fun, absolutely devastated because he couldn't read. But you know what he became? He became a scientific, he devised medical devices to help to cure scoliosis, to give electric current to the spine so that it would be straight, and something for the heel so that the leg would pick up. So that's one thing, is recognizing that about things like um, what am I trying to say about passing out. Um, what is the name? About I can't think of the name. That's one thing. The other thing, my son is gay. The acceptance of gays, the acceptance of gay marriage. These are wonderful things to have happened, and it's taken years. It's taken time. It's taken growth. So I appreciate the changes in people and in being able to wear white jeans after Labor Day, in how we accept one another, how, the acceptance and love of one another. Um, so that's some of the changes. How do you stay positive? Um, I think it's in my genes. I think I've always seen that I don't see the negative, I see the positive. And that's not to say after some of my medical things that I don't see the negative. I get depressed. You know how what happened one year? I think this was after maybe my first or second big operation, and I was in so much pain. I got into Pinterest, and I would just obsess about Pinterest and spend hours there and looking at pictures. I find ways to, um, what do you call it? Entertain myself, finding books, finding movies, finding, um, and that's what I do when I'm, healing, getting better. Uh, I, you know, I had no, I didn't have back surgery. I had spine surgery. I mean, really spine surgery, in my spine surgery. And I had a meningioma, which is a non-cancerous tumor growth. And what happened, I'd had it for many, many years, but suddenly it started growing. And the doctors were concerned that if it grew anymore, that it might make me, lose being able to walk. They were they because it was in that part of my spine that I wouldn't be able to walk. I didn't want the surgery at all, at all. I didn't want it. Um, I was so scared, didn't want the surgery, but I knew I had to have it. And one of the it was done by a neurosurgeon, and one of the neurosurgeons, it was a woman who came to see how I was doing, and she said, "You know what your superpower is? It's denial. You can get past it and go," because we were talking about all sorts of things, nothing about my back. So I can deny things. And so that really helps. It's not that I deny things and don't go to doctors. I go to doctors, I keep all those appointments. I take really good care of myself. But at the same time, I'm not looking it up on Google. I'm I can there's something about I can deny things until it hits you and you've got nerve pain and ugh. And then do I read? I don't read that much when I'm in recovery. I think I watch stuff. There's a wonderful movie called Haute Cuisine, a French movie, and I love it. It's all about this woman who is cooking for the president of France. So I love that movie, and it somehow things about cooking are good. Um, let's see. You spoke of denial as a useful coping mechanism. Aren't we all in denial, thinking this life is forever? Absolutely. I mean, how else do you go on? How else? Um, my father had the same surgery. I hope he's fine. I am. Um, uh, let's see what else. Popcorn. Did somebody say popcorn? I love popcorn. With a cup of tea and popcorn. I love popcorn. I'm right with you. I don't drink tea with it. Isn't that interesting? I'm not sure of tea and popcorn. Not sure. Okay, questions. Getting off. Next goals. Okay, let's go for 20,000. I've now got 11,000 followers. Let's go for 20. And let's go for spending more time. Guys, you need to watch the whole video. You don't even have to sit there. Go outside, but don't turn off the video because it's better if you watch the whole video. So if you're enjoying me, just let it go. Don't stop. Just let it go. Dust something. Go get a cup of tea. Go outside. Pull a weed. Anything, but don't stop my videos. Okay, I'd appreciate that. Don't watch it till the end. Just let it play till the end. Great. Okay. Are your earrings Ted Mueling? Yes. Can you see these? They're Ted Mueling. I love Ted Mueling. He's an American contemporary, um, designer of jewelry. And I would say most of my earrings are by Ted Mueling. Um, I'm trying to think of other ones. I'd say most of them by Ted Mueling. And you can find them at either August.com, AugustLA.com, or at Ted Mueling. Um, I've been collecting them since I, many years, many years. Love them. Okay. How do I get my hair straight? I love this question because I asked my hairdresser. I said, "How do I get my hair straight like you do?" And he said, "Sandy, you've got 2 women working on either side of your hair. Then I come in and I straighten it. So if you have 2 women straightening your hair and the hairdresser straightening your hair, that's how you get it straight." I also I get a keratin treatment because my hair gets frizzy and I hate it. It gets frizzy and yucky. So I do get a keratin treatment and that helps it. But I never can make it as straight and kind of blunt as the hairdresser. So I had this live because I knew I was getting my hair cut and it would be blow dried last Friday. So I knew that I was going to go live because my hair was going to look good. So it's been Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not sure how it's going to look tomorrow, but I should have lives after I get my hair cut. That's how I got it. What is your red lip? This is um, this is uh, this is this is Lisa Eldridge, and it's Kitten Mischief. So I've been in a subtle makeup mood. So this lipstick, and I wear her. It depends on the liner I wear. I still haven't gotten to the doctor to get this. They call it a Venus Lake removed. I have to do that. Um, so this I wear it with this liner, and it's either it's O N, and this is Kitten Mischief by Lisa Eldridge, and I love it. I don't know, you know how you get in moods for lipsticks? Her poor Audrey must be missing me. Um, I'll put that on also, but that's the lipstick. Um, how do you get your hair? How do you stay positive as you age? You know what? It's really hard about staying positive and developing health issues. Trust me, I've got them. Um, I don't know. My husband is amazed at me. He just thinks I'm one gutsy lady, and I just get through it. But it's not easy. I get depressed. I'm just like all of you, and I get upset. Um, but I just, soldier on through. And maybe part of it is, I'm involved. Do you know how hard it is learning how to do all this stuff? So I get involved. I'm learning new things. I'm taking a class on editing. I'm, I'm always trying to learn new things, finding new books. I'm always learning something. And I think that keeps me involved in today. As I say, you're, wait till I show you the clothes. I'm really, so by keeping involved, I love playing games. I don't have anybody to play games with. When my son comes down, we play Quirkle, and I mean, he's really sharp, and I beat him last time. And I play, do you ever play the New York Times games? Oh my God, they're so hard. But I play Wordle, Strands, and Connections. They make me crazy, but I play with them, and then I send it then I share it with my son. I do get hints because otherwise I'd fail. And they say it's best if you have a good time. And for me to have a good time, I need to have hints. So I play, but I get hints. I don't get answers, but I get hints. Okay. No, I am not painting as of this date right now. It's a long story. I think I'm smart until I try a New York Times. Don't even try a New York Times crossword. I bought a book filled with New York Times crosswords. I started playing them. I got so angry, I threw it away. You're absolutely right. Try something else or try the mini crossword. Maybe that'll help you. But if they, with a mini crossword, if they ask for sport teams, I'm done. I don't know anything about sports. Oh, somebody asked me if I was a sporty girl growing up. I'm worried about time. Um, no, I love walking. If that's a sport, I'm good at walking and walking long distances. But when I was growing up, I was very active. So I was president of Girls League. I was president of Palladium. I was president of a cappella choir. I was busy with what's it called? Um, uh, with various clubs. So I was head cheerleader. I was head, what else? So I never got involved in debate club, um, uh, dramatic and terp. uh, going on, doing plays, on stage, singing, but not sports. The last time I played tennis, I twisted my ankle. I went horseback riding to learn horseback riding. I don't know why. I'm crazy. And the teacher said I was doing so well, I laughed so hard I fell off the horse. So that's me in sports. My grandsons are brilliant. Um, how did you meet your husband? There's a video, and it's called, but there's a whole video for our anniversary, and I tell you the whole story. You guys have to fool around and watch more of my YouTubes. You look great. Thank you. Thank you. Um, so I have this whole thing on how we met, and it's good. I think you'd like it. Do you know we're going to be married 64 years today? By the way, we were introduced, but you have to watch the video. Um, okay, some more questions. How do you stay positive? How do you get your hair? Are your Ted Millings? Have you lost weight? Yes, I've lost 20 pounds. And if you followed me, you'd read I've done a video on how I lost 20 pounds, and it's a really good story. So watch that. I've also done one on how I lost 13 pounds. I no sooner lost 13 pounds than I then was able to lose 20 pounds. And you know what? I've kept it up. I was really worried because my daughter was in town and I wasn't eating my usual schedule of things. And she bought, you know what I want? I'm going to make I want banana bread. Have you ever gone into a period where you need um, uh, banana bread? I mean, some food. Mine is banana bread. So I've got to make some banana bread. Does that answer your question? No. But I've got a video on how I lost 20 pounds. Do a search, Sandra Sallin, 20 pounds. Sandra Sallin, 13 pounds. I was very proud of myself because I did it. Lipstick, trends I like and dislike right now. I think that because of the computer screen, that it's taking so much of our time that kids aren't reading. And I I'm sad about that because um, I'm sad about it because I spent so much of my life reading. I've read all of um, I love reading. And I used to walk to school with a book in front of my head, reading. My mother used to get angry at me. Why don't you go outside and play? You stop reading. Um, my father used to take me to the library every 2 weeks, and I'd get about 14 books. Excuse me. I'd get about 14 books and I'd read. Excuse me. I love the library. I can picture myself, excuse me, sitting down there, looking at books and loving books. So, is that a trend? So I'm worried that I've got the hiccups. I'm worried that kids are not reading. And that's why we've got terrible movies, because the people who haven't been reading are now in charge of studios, and they go to schools where they get all of this intellectual stuff as opposed to how do you tell a good story? That's what people want, and that's what adolescence is. Tell a good story. That's what Remains of the Day is. That's what Oliphant is fine. They're good stories. That's what you need, is a good story, right? And you don't get them from playing games. I love playing games though, but I read a lot. We have terrible movies because no one is willing to take a chance and offend someone. It's not that. Why not cut your hair into a pixie? I used to have my hair really, really short, beyond pixie. But you know what? Then all the lines show up, and I'm much older now. I need something to kind of soften the look. That's why. Um, uh, what were we talking about? Collaborate with Nicole Johnson. I'd love to. She's fabulous. But Nicole lives in Florida. I live in California, and I think ne'er the twains shall meet. So that's why I'm not on Nicole. I seem to be the only one who loves My Favorite Year, the movie with Peter O'Toole. That was a great movie. You're right. It was a great movie. Um, Look at the disasters. Oh, I I tried to vlog. I really tried to do, enhance do interesting different things. So I made a vlog and and this was at Century City Mall, and they had Snow White's cabin, or, her little place where she lived. But I didn't, that's the first time I've even been aware of Snow White. It's terrible, huh? Um, I guess I won't see it. It doesn't surprise me. I think that what's happening is they aren't telling good stories. It's like in painting. It's intellectual. It's intellectual stuff as opposed to life stuff. And I think that's where it's like, God forbid you have a realistic painting. It's got to be some intellectual thing where you have a white painting that's called white, as opposed to really good stories. Um, so that's my opinion. How are you all? That's very sweet. Um, okay, so Kathy Chester, we have been friends since we went to a conference together. And Kathy is a wonderful She's got MS, and she speaks out for people with diseases, and she's just wonderful. And she was saying that that she uses is too light, how to find the right color foundation. A couple of ways. You can walk into a Sephora and they'll match you. They've got guns, not real guns, color guns, and they'll match you. That's one way. I've been using Lisa Eldridge has a tint that I love. You can take a photo of yourself in, shaded light. Is it called shaded light? In light shade. Yeah, light shade, where you go in the shade. It's not dark, but it's light. And you take a photograph of yourself, or you talk to them, and they'll help you find a shade. Um, so I would go into a Sephora. I don't know about Nordstrom, if people kind of favor one brand over the other. It's not easy. I mean, I was trying this, and this. It's not easy finding the right foundation, but a good start, I would start with Lisa Eldridge tint. You know what else? I'm loving Merit. Check out Merit makeup at Sephora. I've been really enjoying it. I've enjoying Westman Atelier. That's kind of spendy. Um, but Lisa Eldridge tint. And you know what else I've been wearing? Who's it by? Elastin tinted sunscreen. And then I have put some of the Merit stuff over it. So I've been wearing tinted sunscreen, and that's been enough. And then you put some bronzer and some, no, do I put bronzer? Bronzer, blush, and you're just wearing sunscreen. And that looks good too. Okay, that was Kathy. How did you lose weight? Are you still collecting things? You know what I'm collecting? I'm collecting bronzers. I'm collecting lipsticks. I'm collecting what else? I'd say right now I'm kind of on a bronzer kick. Lipstick. I think I want to find some nude lipsticks. Why? I don't know. Because with my hair, I should be wearing something bright. As I say, I just go through phases. Um, Oh, how are you? Okay. I think I've answered most of your questions. Next goals. Well, I think I talked about it. The mothership. I think I've answered most of your questions. And it's now 10 of noon. Goodness. So, do any of you have questions? What was oh, thank you. My first job. I worked in a little shop that had foofy clothing for young girls, with all fancy clothing for young girls. And it was a very famous shop, but it, I don't even know, would they have something like that today? But it was very foofy, with foofy clothing. My next one was, now remember, I'm a teenager. I worked at May Company, which was a big department store chain here in Los Angeles, and I sold towels. The most boring job in the world. Well, maybe not the most, but I sold towels. And you know what? People would come to me and and the regulars would get upset because um, I didn't get any commission for it. But you know what I found out? One of the so I met a guy, I'm a teenager. I met a guy in another department. He said, "You know that everybody is stealing here." And I was aghast. They steal from the till, I guess. I had never heard of that. I was so destroyed that people would steal. My next job was I worked at a hot, cool shop at the beach, my girlfriend and I, where we sold bikinis and pants and we hemmed them. And the owner said that we were the first people who worked for her that didn't steal. We would count to the penny every day. And so that was my third job, I guess. And then what happened? I was discovered at a cocktail party by a casting agent. And she said, "Would you like to make a commercial?" I said, "Sure, why not?" Right? And that's my fourth job. I started making commercials, and that was fun. And it was very, I made nice money from it. And so those were my jobs. Did I do other ones? Oh, I did set decorating for my husband, but I don't think that counts. So that's about it. It's now 11:51. Thank you for all of your questions. I must tell you, after I asked you for questions, I didn't know how to find the answers. I mean, I didn't know where to look. Just to let you know that I'm still learning, and maybe that's it. I just jump in and try it and do it. So that's it. Thank you for all being here. I loved being able to interact with you. And what commercials were you in? Uh, Thank you, Tanya. That's another blog, not blog, a video I did. And I actually show you some of the commercials I was in. I was in Ford. I was in Folgers Coffee. I was in Pert Shampoo. I was in Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, one of those. I was at Crest Toothpaste. Um, I was the girl next door type. And so I did a lot. Um, so go and look for my commercials. So you're very welcome. This was fun for me too. I love doing these lives. I got to do it maybe once a month. That was great. Can't wait for another one. Under Sandra Sallin? Yes, everything's under Sandra Sallin. Thank you so much for this live. Fun to be part of your community. That's Beauty by Des. So you got to be part of her community. We call that flying. You know what? You're right. I do fly by the seat of my pants often. Often. Thank you. I have to apologize, have been missing for a couple of weeks. Don't you worry about it, Mel. Thank you. Great job, Sandra. Thank you all. And I appreciate the kind words. That's great. I'm going to work on those captions. Trust me, I really want to do it. So I'll get there. So thank you all. And this was great fun for me too. Where am I going after this? I'm going to pick up, I've got a new computer. It's a studio so that it's faster and I can edit better, maybe. So I'm getting, so that's where we're going to pick up the computer. So it's a standby thing. I don't know what it's called. Anyway, fun, thanks. Have a great Sunday to all of you. Bye-bye. Oh, and happy Mother's Day in Great Britain. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Now, end stream. Ha!